Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin this video by asking you guys some 2 or 3 very important questions. Because I've been studying the political developments in the Republic of Kenya, particularly Raila Odinga's game plan. And clearly, Raila Odinga is leaving his 2027 presidential bid, open. Now, let me ask you the first question. Assuming elections were to be held today, and the name Raila Odinga is on the ballot, can you vote for Raila Amolo Odinga? I'm directing this question to especially those who voted for Raila Odinga in 2022. Let me know in the comment section whether you voted for Raila Odinga in the last election and whether you can vote for him again following the political developments lately in the Republic of Kenya if you are to find his name on the ballot. Now that's the first question, and I'm waiting for your answers. The second question, which I also want to ask you, which is also related, what are Raila Odinga's chances of becoming the next president of the Republic of Kenya in 2027 if you are to decide to run? For example, if you are to compare Raila Odinga's chances of becoming the president in 2027, you compare it to his chances in 2022. Do you think Raila Odinga has a chance of becoming the president of the Republic of Kenya before he exits political scene? Now, the last question. Do you think William Ruto's broad-based government will affect Raila Odinga if he were to decide to run for the presidency in 2027? In this video, I want us to figure out the factors which might actually force Raila Odinga to run for the presidency in 2027. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been studying the political developments in the Republic of Kenya lately. Yesterday, Gladys Wanga, the ODM chairperson, addressed the media and listened to her very closely.
As a party, we will not accept any continued attempt to use Raila Odinga as a human shield, and any continued attempt to twist him into endorsing anybody at this stage, or any continued attempt to use him as an excuse for the failure of leadership in individual constituent parties of Azimio. And we will not accept the use of Raila Odinga's bid for the African Union Commission chairmanship to be used to pass ill-intentioned remarks disguised as well wishes and to twist him on Azimio matters. Raila has earned his candidacy for the AU chairmanship. We are proud that he is the leader of our ODM party and our coalition, Azimio. We are grateful to the government for standing with him, and we are grateful to the many African leaders who are considering him for this position. As a party, we will only be too proud to donate Honorable Raila to the continent.
And I also listened to a gentleman I admire a lot, Steve Mbogo, on Spice FM. And he had to say this.
His plan, what do you think is going on in Raila's mind? Because I'm thinking...
I'll tell you 101% Raila will be in the ballot in 2027.
Because I actually even saw something about that today.
Yeah.
Something like him being in that AU position does not stop his political ambitions around.
And he's always said it.
Yes.
And why do you think, if he was sure he is going, why will he dismantle ODM and remove all the threats?
And previously, none other than Moses Kuria predicted that Raila Amolo Odinga will be on the ballot in 2027.
So to have representation of people of the caliber of Raila Odinga in AU is paramount, good for us, good for our politics, good for the place of East Africa. And we will do everything possible to ensure he gets that position. The only problem is that people who have got no bearing of history, they think that Baba is going anywhere. Baba is coming back.
What do you mean?
He will do 2 years.
2027 he'll be in the,
Oh,
on the
yes.
ballot.
Yes.
Why?
In fact, I think the t-shirts are ready.
Why do you think so?
Baba is feeding time. These medias are not very easy. So for him to get something productive to do, it's good instead of wasting a good brain.
Why would he want to come back?
Who?
Baba.
Why?
Why would he want to come back?
Because he was not born to be chairman of AUC. He was born to be a politician.
We all know that Raila Odinga is currently pursuing the African Union Commission chairmanship. And that is why Raila Odinga is working very closely with William Samoei Arap Ruto. And there are two schools of thought. There are those who believe that immediately Raila Odinga will be elected as the chairperson of the African Union Commission, he's not going to run for the presidency. But there are also those who believe that whether he's elected or not, Raila Odinga will be on the ballot in 2027, which begs the question, what are his chances? Let us look at some of the factors which will determine whether Raila Odinga will be on the ballot or not in 2027. Before we do that, one of our subscribers here from Ken Kasoa is offering academic writing under Kasoa Writing Services. So in case you are interested in academic writing or you want to learn academic or online writings, please do not hesitate to contact Ken on the numbers you are seeing on your screen. The good thing with Ken is that for those who are interested in learning, he will train you and you only make the payment after the training. Ken is based in Santon area in Kasarani, so contact him using the numbers either directly or via WhatsApp. Ladies and gentlemen, what are some of the factors which might determine whether Raila Odinga will be on the ballot in 2027 or not? We all know that the Gen Z protest disrupted the political equation in the Republic of Kenya. But Raila Odinga might actually be on the ballot. Why am I saying so? The first factor is the AU bid. There are those who believe that William Ruto is a very shrewd politician and that William Ruto was looking for a strategy on how he could destroy Raila Amolo Odinga. And for him to destroy Raila Amolo Odinga, the first thing he needed was to dismantle Azimio. So he persuaded Raila Odinga to join him, which meant Raila Odinga leaving out the other Azimio co-principals. The other Azimio co-principals got mad, and today as we speak, Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka are not working together. Uhuru Kenyatta is dumping Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila is now left with William Ruto. For Raila Odinga to run, he needs the Kamba votes, he needs the Azimio strongholds. He also needs the support of Uhuru Kenyatta. So even if, according to Ruto's schemes of things, even today, if Raila Odinga were to decide to run, Raila Odinga will not get anything. But Raila Odinga is also smart. Don't think Raila Odinga is a fool. Raila Odinga is also scheming. I don't know much about his schemes, but I'm seeing ODM party being revamped. So his bid of AU, Ruto was scheming with it, but the truth is Raila Odinga is also scheming, which means if Raila Odinga today were to fail to win the AU seat, he can come back and start campaigning. Whether he's going to persuade Kenyans is something I still don't know. But again, assuming Raila Odinga were to win, that would now offer Raila Odinga the best chance. He would win the AU seat. Then what will happen is that Raila Odinga will come into the country, tour the entire country as the chair of the African Union Commission, consolidate his support base. Then, just like Zuma's wife did, Raila Odinga can decide to resign and come and run. So, whichever way you look at it, the AU bid can determine whether Raila Odinga will run or not. As a matter of fact, if he will be comfortable there, he might decide to exit the political scene from there. Number two, pressure from Kenyans. Now, do you think Kenyans can currently pile pressure on Raila Odinga to come and save them? The truth of the matter is that when Raila Odinga entered into that broad-based government with William Ruto, majority of his supporters got mad. They got angry and they're very bitter with Raila Amolo Odinga. In fact, the kind of abuse Raila Odinga is currently receiving online. Sometimes I read those comments and I'm like, are these really Kenyans? So I'm still not very sure that Kenyans can persuade, can pile pressure on Raila Odinga to run again. But Raila Odinga is a shrewd politician. You never know what Raila Odinga is going to do with William Ruto. Very many people ruled out Raila Odinga when he joined KANU. By the time Raila Odinga was living in KANU, KANU was a shell. Raila Odinga worked with Kibaki under the Grand Coalition government. The truth of the matter is that by the time Raila Odinga was leaving, ODM became one of the strongest political parties. He's not working with William Ruto. We never know what is going to happen. Whether Raila Odinga will be able again to destroy UDA party or Kenya Kwanza from within. But that pressure will determine whether he's going to run. If Kenyans don't want him, they will not pile pressure. But if they want him, because he might be the only option, then Raila Odinga will be on the ballot. Number 3 is the need to remove William Ruto. William Ruto has become so unpopular in the Republic of Kenya today to an extent that his communication team is busy explaining what the president is doing. You know, sometimes you don't need to explain yourself. Your actions should be speaking for themselves. If William Ruto was doing something meaningful for Kenyans, I can assure you, there is no need, there would be no need for his team to produce those infographics explaining to Kenyans that, oh, you know, housing, we have built this housing, it has employed this number of people, oh, when it comes to digital highway, we've done this. Kenyans will be appreciating, for example, if you give cheaper internet access, Kenyans will just appreciate. If you construct a road, Kenyans will be using the road, they'll be appreciating. But Kenyans are currently on the neck of William Ruto because William Ruto is moving around the country launching projects. Then Kenyans are following up those projects and they're realizing no project has been achieved, has been done, has been completed. So it will reach a point, or it might reach a point where Kenyans are really out to remove William Ruto. And then they'll ask themselves, who can we use to replace William Ruto? If it reaches that point and Kenyans decide that it is Raila Odinga, then Raila Odinga will be on the ballot. But again, it's also very tricky for Raila Odinga after now working with William Ruto because he's seen as part of the problem. One of the biggest reasons why Raila Odinga lost in the last election was because he insisted on working with William Ruto, with Uhuru Kenyatta. By the time Raila Odinga was leaving the handshake, he carried all the burdens of Kenya Kwanza, of Jubilee at that time. So that's number 3. Number 4 is the ODM party. You know, in ODM party, there's a group who always rely on Raila Odinga to win their seats. They cling on Raila Odinga's court to win. For example, in Nyanza, governors, MPs, senators. In the coastal region, some constituencies in Loya Nation, they believe on Raila Odinga. So if Raila Odinga is on the ballot, some of them will be sure. These people will pile pressure on Raila Odinga to run, whether he will win the AUC or not. And that is the biggest challenge. Apart from that group who will pile pressure on Raila Odinga to contest, there is also something called last chance. Raila Odinga handlers believe that Raila Odinga might be having a last chance. You know, in 2022, there was a strong feeling that that was the chance for Raila Odinga. He lost. But William Ruto has become so unpopular. So there are those around Raila Odinga who believes that 2027 offers Raila Odinga the last chance. And ODM is rebranding. They have brought in new faces. Joho is out, Oparanya is out, Mbadi is out, Wandai is out. Who has been brought in? Gladys Wanga, Abdul Somad Nasir, Otsosi. We are talking of Arati. Very young faces. You added Edwin Sifuna. So which means Raila Odinga is trying to do what he wanted to do in the last election, which he could not do. Trying to bring new faces, like young tax, similar to what Jaramogi did. You know, when Jaramogi Odinga contested in 1992, he was very old. But he assembled a very young team. Gitobe Manyara, you know, they were very young leaders at that time. That is exactly what Raila Odinga is now trying to do through ODM party. And lastly, based on the current situation, there might be lack of a viable option. So in a situation where there is no other viable option, Kenyans might decide that why not try Raila Odinga? Because so far they are talking of Omtata, they are talking of Matiang'i. Who else? There's also the possibility of Rigathi Gachagua running. Who else? So which means it might reach a point where they say, okay, there's no other option. Let us settle on Raila Amolo Odinga. But the biggest question is, can Raila Odinga win the presidency in 2027? For me, I don't think so. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.